everyone. This is Spike. This is a corporation that started in 1871. This is a corporation that is related to beers, mainly. It started as a developer of beer that it's mainly about ale beer. The company decided to take the decision of tackle the Australasian market, and they went to a competition in Australia, winning the first award. Due to that winning, they created this brand that is Spike Gold Medal Ale. That is the brand that is well known nowadays. After a couple of years with the developing of the new flavors, the new taste that they wanted to create as the black one, they decided to merge their company with around 17 to 20 local manufacturers of brewers. And after that, they sell the owners sell the company to Lion Corporation. So in terms of the corporate level strategy, what Spike is doing now is following the lines that the Lion Corporation is provide to them. All the goals, all the strategy are merged with the corporation, the higher corporation. Due to that, the market of New Zealand Spike is competing with 6 different brands. The main competitor of Spike is Stale Lager. Stale Lager is a beer that is positioned in the market as a high quality beer and high price, and Spike is positioned as a mid-level price and a good quality too. So moving forward, I'm going to explain about the personal selling. The personal selling refers to how a people or a seller react to in the relationship between him and the customer. In terms of this kind of corporation, the personal selling is mainly focused between the business to business sale, or trying to sell to higher amount of products. It's not related like the small business in face-to-face, but in low amount of sales. So what they mainly do is they create like a franchise. So the owners of the franchises came to the business, to the brewery. They try to make kind of a contract in the places where they are going to open it, and they create their own house. The house has to follow different structure that they need to have. This is the same for everyone in the franchise. The same that is called franchise is Spike Gold Medal Ale or Ale House around New Zealand. And what they do is they develop the strategy of selling the beers to every of the ale house, and after that they increase their sales. And they also sell and finish some deals with several companies around supermarket here in New Zealand. So what they do is they sell to, for example, Countdown or Pack and Save. They sell their beers in biggest amount. So that is mainly the personal selling approach that the corporation has. So in terms of the product definition or the strategy of the sales function, the product definition is the first thing that the companies need to do. So they need to see which is the targeted market, which is the point of view of the potential customer related to their products. So in this case, as it's a beer, it's hard to get a feedback that matches with everyone. So what they do is they take the idea that they have, that is keep doing the development of the Gold Medal Ale, that is the main one on their branch. So what they do is they define they define the product. They wanted to keep this one as their main one, so they developed a strategy around this one. It's pretty similar to what Coca-Cola do with their flavor, but in terms of beer. So they keep this flavor is not going to be changed. In terms of the quota guideline, when we are talking about sales function, the quota guideline is something that is important in terms of relating every department of the corporation. So due to that, they can take some decisions in order to follow what the customer wants, what the market is demanding, and what the company can do. Speaking about quality, what quality means for the company is that they need to develop a quality, but the quality needs to match with what the market is expecting for them. If they make a research, the company is going to realize if the market is willing to pay their products a high price or a low price. While doing this, they can develop a strategy in terms of quality. If taking bigger quality demands them to have to spend more money or get higher cost, what they need to do, if the market is not entirely sure that it's going to buy this beer instead of another one, they need to develop a strategy in order to maintain the quality but low cost. speaking about these two items, customer communication and problem resolution, in these two cases, both are linked. They have to do with the customer relation that the company has. They need to be sure that the company is not going to have problems in terms of quality or in terms of how the clients perceive their brand or their products. In case that they found, due to the customer communication, something in terms of a problem in future or in the long run related to the brand or the beer that they are developing or the product, what they need to do is pay attention and try to tackle the market and make a research to see if the problem is just a matter of a couple of customers or is a big issue in the long run. So speaking about the team force, this is pretty important in every company, mainly if we speak about how the different departments need to interact between them. So the sales force is not something that is determined to production, it's not determined to sales, and it's not determined just to marketing or administration. It's a group, it's a team. So in terms of that, the corporation need to develop a strategy to keep moving and everyone reach the same objective. So if I show you this video, for example, what do you think here? What can you see in the video? What brings the video in your mind?
They can close it out here, and they're running away towards the end. Try once more, cutting through his control, keeps the ball alive.
If every one of these players are part of a corporation and they are part of different kind of markets or different kind of place or position in the corporation, what they need to do is work together. If one of these players try to just do the task on their own, the company is going to fail. It's like they say, we are as strong as the main pieces, as the weakest pieces on the chain. So this is teamwork. This has to do with the goals, objectives, idea, future. All the team need to be linked in the same way and trying to reach the same ideas. So, moving forward, about the development of the corporation. What the corporation need to do is to be sure that the links that they are going to do between each other, it's going forward with the line that they want. There is no department that cannot be linked to the development that they want or the goals that they want. So in terms of the development of this kind of corporation, they even work with external company that develop the packaging in terms of what they are seeing that the competitors are doing too. So it's not just about the corporation inside, it's also about the corporation and how the market is active. In terms of training or compensation and incentive and for the sales force, what the corporation need to do is to be sure that they are training their employees in order to find the results to reach the result that they want. Training it's important. We always have to train our employees. This is mainly due to the idea of keeping the company developing himself. If we don't train our employees, we can fail or we can try misunderstand the line that we speak before. And if we speak about compensations and incentive or sales force, this is something that the company need to be aware of, because if the employees that are developing certain tasks believe that this is mandatory, it will be a problem for the corporation. So they need to develop a straightforward message related to the compensation, how it's going to work and why they are receiving their compensation and how they can motivate it. They also need to support. So this is a teamwork. The corporation need to support the employees with everything that they need to develop their skills, their strategy. The managers need to support the sales team force if the sales team force is struggling. In terms of training, the first team that is trained is the team of managers, because the managers are the one that are going to coach the 10 team force. The sales team force is the one that is going to be split on each of the managers that already been trained and are going to be coached by them. So in terms of accountability, the accountability refers to the chance that the company has, or the managers in this case, to have measurement about how is the task of the team, if they are performing well or not. This accountability has to be done in terms of 3 months, 6 months, a year, 15 days. It depends of which is the task that the team force need to develop, which is the goal, and how the failure could impact to the brand. So they need to do that. So in terms of the effectiveness sales of performance, while being trained and being coached and being supported and what I have explained before, the sales performance impact straight on how this training impact straight away in how the sellers are going to interact with the customer. The effectiveness refers to how the sellers are going to close the deal, how the sellers are engaging to the customer to buy the product, how they can convince them, mainly in a time frame that is according to the task that they are doing. If they want to sell a house, it's obviously that the seller is not going to sell a house straight away in 5 minutes. But if they are trying to sell deals related to smaller amount of beer, they could have the possibility to close a deal in 24 hours. So it depends of how big could be the impact to the brand, the time frame that will be assigned to the sales teams to perform in terms of the effectiveness of sales. So, any questions?
No questions.
Any questions for Matias?
No, we already got it.
A chain is as strong as its weakest link, huh?
Yeah.
A good quote. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.